Hi, it's a typical Asian evening and it's a holiday here today. People are busy with relaxing and chilling out. But I am excited for a different reason. I make a video about myself for the first time in my life. Oh my god, I have an interview to catch up. See you later.
Hello viewers, welcome to our chat show called The Inner Me. Today we have a special guest on our studio. He likes to work hard, wants to excel in life and believes sky is the limit. Ladies and gentlemen, it gives me a great pleasure to introduce the head of e-commerce of Bata Shoe Company Bangladesh Limited, Mr. Rakib Mahmood. Hello Rakib, how are you doing?
I'm doing good and now I'm even doing better. Thank you for inviting me on your show. It's a great pleasure to be here.
So, apart from being the professional Rakib Mahmood, how would you like to describe the Rakib Mahmood as a person in 3 words?
Oh, that's a very difficult question to start with. But if you force me to describe myself in 3 words, I would say I am friendly, adaptive, and intellectually curious.
Okay, tell us something about your favorite pastime.
Okay, pastime. Once there used to be a time when I used to do anything and everything to pass my time. But now that when I really get less amount of time to spend for myself, when I really get some time, I hang out with my friends and I study philosophy. Apart from that, 3 of my friends have a school for the underprivileged children who, have barely some money for their food, let alone money for formal schooling or education. So teaching them, spending time with them and working for them is a great pleasure and a great pastime for me.
Well said. Everyone tends to adhere to some principles in their lives. Tell us about that one principle that you believe and think most of the people should also believe.
Look, I strongly believe that individuals are the architects of their own fate, and hence dreams are reachable. In fact, every person should dare to dream big, because all individuals have immense potential and many a times it's beyond their imagination. So when it's about success, it's not about luck, rather it's about an honest and dedicated hard work.
That's well said, Mr. Rakib. We all have been more or less notorious in our childhood. Can you tell us about one notorious incident of yours during your school life?
Actually, I have a number of notorious stories of my boyhood, but one of them was really intense. That was that was 1998. Our country has received, in fact, our country has been qualified for the World Cup for the first time. So I'm sure you can certainly recall the fever that we have been in, the whole nation was in. So it was a story of that time. We were in our 8th grade at that point in time.
Okay.
The students were also having a big time fever of this cricket at that time. So we were supposed to take part in a tournament, in a 6-a-side tournament, which was an inter-school tournament. But what happens is, that was December, and trust me, we kept no rock unturned to get the permission from the school, from the class teacher. But we didn't get the permission because our exams were heading very soon. But finally, when the day came, the tournament day, as it was a 6-a-side, it can be the whole game can be finished in one day, even with the finals, you know that. So the day came and I, being the captain of the class, took the whole class out to the tournament. And while on one hand we were very tense and we were concentrating on winning the trophy, because we know that we must be able to do that. On the other hand, the whole school was curious and worried about why there is not a single student of grade 8 in school. But finally, when we came back to school, we came back with a trophy, and the headmistress, I went to the headmistress, I have given her the trophy that we have been the finalists. She was so happy and she congratulated us. We have been awarded rather than being punished.
That's intense.
Yes, indeed. In fact, all my friends and classmates knew that they might have to bear any sort of consequence that comes on the way. But we actually did everything as a team.
Tell us about what interests you the most.
Um, it's about understanding people of different culture, their thoughts, values, and beliefs. Which is why I also like traveling, especially traveling across the international boundaries. And I believe it gives great insights about different cultures.
Mr. Rakib, you have said that you are intellectually curious. So, what are the things that you are currently curious about?
Well, I have always been concerned about a number of philosophical explorations in my life. For example, the meaning of life, the philosophical meaning of life. But to be more exact to answer to your question, I'm currently curious about the ins and outs of executive leadership, entrepreneurship, and business modeling.
Let's play a quick game. You'll be thrown with some words and let's see what comes to your mind after listening to those words. And I'm pretty much sure that it will help us to know the inner Rakib Mahmood. Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay, then start.
All right.
Life,
Intellectual enlightenment and emotional fulfillment.
success,
Hard work and determination.
survival. You cannot take this much of time.
Adapting changes faster than others.
Beauty,
Nature.
failure,
Something to be accepted and to be converted into the fuel of driving greater success.
responsibility,
Contributing back to the civilization.
Well done, Mr. Rakib Mahmood. Very well played. What is that one thing that you consider to be your lifetime goal?
Okay, look, I'm a business graduate and I have been working for corporate for 6 years, and I work for different functional areas. So when I have met a lot of people, and I got a lot of comments from graduates that the learnings that they had in their schools, during their undergraduate or graduate period, did not necessarily link with the practical field of study, at least as much as they expected. So I want to reform and lead a business school, at least one school in my country, and I want to bring about these changes that are required in the teaching methodologies and the policies and procedures of teaching, so that we can lessen the gap of the theoretical learning and the practical field of work. I would certainly look for an ASSB accreditation of the school, and I would like to see that the students, the graduates, when they go for the practical work, they acknowledge that the learnings that they had in their classrooms did help them significantly in performing their roles in the real corporate world. And I want to see those changes during my lifetime.
Thank you, Rakib Mahmood. It was really nice spending time with you.
It's been a great pleasure for me as well.
Thank you, viewers, for watching this show. Keep on loving it.
It's been actually quite difficult to explain myself within such a short period of time, but I just did as much as I could. Thank you very much for being patient and watching the video.